We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello and welcome to today's show. This is Able Differently, a program where we take charge on matters to do with persons with disability. I am your host, Ngotho.
And I'm CG Moses. Let's get started.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Some medical conditions can be rare, but the effect can be detrimental to one's health. Elias Ngotho battled small vessel vasculitis disorder, which causes inflammation of the blood vessels and may lead to amputation. Through his story, we discover the miracle of his recovery and the dangers of this rare disease. Take a look.
Born in a family of 4 and brought up in a Christian family, Elias Ngotho wouldn't have predicted the turn of his life. His passion was to be an MC, a feat he rigorously pursued before the unfortunate happened.
Before hii shida yote ikuje, nilikuwa nafanya, I was a student actually, so I was doing events partly. Nilikuwa nafanya events as an MC, both corporate. Nilikuwa pia nafanya shows, weddings, events, part time as a student. And then afterwards nikamaliza shule, I graduated, nikaanza kufanya pia huku nje kidogo corporate events, nini, MC. Before now I attended an interview and got a professional job as a call center supervisor. For about 6 to 5 months ni ugonjwa ikanishika sasa. So I had to go home for an unpaid leave. Yeah. Life
took an unexpected turn. He had to take leave from work and concentrate on managing his health.
Wakati ugonjwa ilikuja, of course ili interfere na everything, especially with the MCing thing, because I'm more of a hype man and an MC. So with the dancing and everything, an MC ni kusimama kwa stage for kwa muda mrefu nini. So hiyo kwanza I had to cut it out because singeendelea kufanya events. Secondly, pia my professional job singe attend kazi because walking was a problem. The pain was ilikuwa very severe. So I had to really affect everything. Tuseme tu life yangu kila kitu ilikuwa affected because singeenda kazi, singefanya events. Everything was cut short. Niliamka tu one morning. I just woke up one morning. Nilikuwa na pain sana kwa kidole ya mguu ya left, the bigger one. Ilikuwa painful to an extent that hata kutembea ilikuwa ni shida. So at this point niliona hii ni kitu yenye inafaa some medical attention. Ndio nikaenda kwa the nearest clinic. Wakaniangalia tu, kuniangalia wakasema, actually hawakunitest. Waliniangalia tu wakaniambia uko na gout without even doing tests because pia color ilikuwa imechange kidogo, ilikuwa inaanza kuwa somehow darkish. So wakaniambia uko na gout na wakanipa dawa. And of course unajua daktari akisema kitu you can't question because he or she is the doctor. So nikachukua medication ya gout, nikaenda nyumbani. Kutumia the more natumia the more inakuwa worse. So at that point sando niliona badala nirudi the same hospital ni seek a second opinion.
After several consultations and mishaps, Elias got a breakthrough when the doctor pronounced he had small vessel vasculitis.
And that is when now wakafanya test ingine inaitwa Doppler ya sasa. Ile ingine walifanya veins, sasa ni arteries deeper. So wakafanya Doppler ya arteries, wakapata pia there is nothing, everything is okay. So hawa ndio wali recommend, wakasema hii condition yako it's somehow we are not understanding what's happening to you. So waka recommend nitafute specialist, a rheumatologist. Hapo sasa ndio niliamka the next day nikaenda Aga Khan nikapata a rheumatologist. And he was the only one now mwenye ali understand my problem. Akaniambia the condition that you are suffering from is called small vessel vasculitis, and it is a very rare condition. In fact, in my entire career, you are the first adult patient mwenye ameshikwa na hii condition in my entire 40 years career. And this condition huwa inashika watoto wadogo, huwa si condition ya watu wazima, because kuna small vessel vasculitis, medium na kuna large. So medium na large hushika watu wazima, but small vessel vasculitis hushika watoto. Na ikishika an adult, inaweza shika mtu yote, yes, but mostly ni watoto wadogo. In fact, hata scientists hawajafanyia research enough hii condition. So akaniambia, you being the first adult patient, I know it will frustrate you in terms of pain, because it is a very frustrating disease. But what we will do, akanirekomendia dawa fulani nitumie, and then nimuone after 1 week.
Small vessel vasculitis is among a family of rare diseases characterized by inflammation of the blood vessels, which can restrict blood flow and damage vital organs and tissues.
The vessels zinafura, they swell up. Zikiswell up, si kama vessels zimeswell up, si damu ndio inafaa kupita hapo. So ikiwa imefura, si inajifunga. So ikijifunga, damu haifiki penye inafaa kufika huko mbele, which ni vidole sasa zangu za miguu. So they start becoming, zinakuwa gangrene, yani zina change color kwa sababu damu ifiki, inaanza kuwa dark. If a certain part of your body doesn't receive blood, inaanza kuwa dark. Na hiyo process ya hiyo shortage ya blood kuwa cut off, ndio hiyo pain unbearable inakuwa. So in the process, ile part yenye ipati damu, unajua damu ni uhai, it dies slowly and slowly.
Though he had at least known the condition he was suffering from and was in treatment, his condition took a turn for the worst. With immediate intervention, Elias was caught between a rock and a hard place. He faced a very big decision.
They told me that the tissues are dead. And you know, once wakisema tissues, haiwezi run kwa mind yako ni kidole. So this is a funny point. So walikuwa wanasema the tissues. So mimi nafikiria tu like, okay, maybe that kalea kenye imekuwa dark is what they will do away with, because walikuwa wanasema we have to do away with the dead tissues. You can't live with the dead tissue in your body. So later on ndio nilikuja kurealize kumbe the dead tissues are the toes which are dying. Na wakaniambia, in fact, hata usipotaka like we do away with them, they will just fall off by themselves. So what they did, walinipea tu time. Wakaniambia you relax, and wakaendelea kufanya more tests. So one day they opened the wounds, and believe it or not, one of the toes, they just told me ilikuwa imefall off. Ilifunguliwa tu hivi, ikaanguka chini. So at that point they called in a wound specialist, aka-assess, wakaangalia, and then he told me now we have to amputate these toes because they are dead. And nakumbuka nilikuwa nakataa nini, because unajua kuna ile tu uoga binadamu. And then this is something it happened too so sudden, and it is becoming more serious. I mean, siku expect tutafikia mahali hapa. To me, I call it a rude shock. It was a very sudden thing that is so huge, because now I'm losing my toes. The other day too, about a week ndio nimekuwa ugonjwa imeanza. So yeah, I had to seek one otherwise, because hata nilikuwa nakataa, but wakaniambia hata ukikataa, in fact we are not going to take you to theater. We are going to amputate them from here because you won't feel anything. They are dead.
After the operation, Elias was admitted for further observation. In this period, he learned very valuable lessons.
After they amputated the 3 toes, they came for some more, around 3 more. And ilikuwa kitu progressive. Wanakata hizi, wakiona hii wana take time na wanakujia ingine. So at this point now the experience ilikuwa correlate na other patients kwa ward, and hapo hata perspective ya life ili change, because in Kenyatta it's either you upone ama you get out of there dead, because hapo ndio mwisho ya mawazo. So I got friends. Sometimes you make friends within a week, then that friend is, one day you wake up one morning, the friend is gone, is dead. At some point, you even get help from people whom hata huwezi expect. That is why mimi husema like sometimes ni vizuri ku respect everyone no matter the status. Ni vizuri because utaijua nani ata show up juu yako like time yenye uko in need. That is why it is always good to respect everyone, because for me a boy was brought in by a good Samaritan. Ndiye alikuwa ananisaidia usiku saa zile like my family hawayuko around. Is the boy who used to bring the wheelchair and a drag, anakuja ananiwekelea ananipeleka. Just a young boy, mtu wako I think class 8. Hana family, hajulikani kwao ni wapi, and he cannot talk. Alikuwa in the same ward. So that is the boy who used to show up like when I need something, ana rush kuambia nurses or so nilijiona vitu mingi zenye zilichange perspective yangu na life nikiwa kwa hiyo ward.
Facing despair, his miracle was right at the corner and he claimed it.
It was a moment of confusion. Na at the end of it all, mimi nilikata. I went into a moment of kujirudia, try to to consult God and everything. And I guess God ndiye aliprovide answer, because with the patience, with the commitment, ile at this point pia mimi upenda kusema sometimes ni vizuri ku believe. It's not even sometimes, all the time it is good to believe in God, because he shows up in some way that you'll never expect. You understand? So hapo sasa ndio the other story inaingilia, granulation ikaanza so by the fact that granulation is happening, doctors wakaona kumbe even the bones that the orthopedics think is infected, it's not, because if the bone was infected, granulation haiwezi happen on something that is infected, haiwezi mea. That was the answer that we were waiting for. It was a moment of glory, like glory be to God.
Elias is determined to get back to the world and fulfill his life's purpose.
Now that of course I'm in the profession, someone is out there watching me and I feel anataka kunisupport kikazi, yeah, I'm available. And what I have been through, I believe this is a time to go out there and give my best, because it taught me a lot of I have lessons and everything. It is time. In fact I told God, if I'm ever going to get back, I'm going to give any chance my best. I'm going to do it like it's my last.
He thanked all those who contributed to his well-being while urging the public to never stop dreaming.
At this point, maybe I like to thank my family with the immense support from the church. There are some churches that came through for me, friends and everything, but my family came through, walinisaidia sana. And of course plus the medical cover, nilikuwa na medical cover ilinisaidia, but ile support tu yenye nilipata from my family, it was overwhelming. Walinisaidia sana.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
I hope you're loving the show so far. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Welcome back. Patricia still enjoys unconditional love from her parents, even after an accident that almost shattered her dreams and left her partially paralyzed. Take a look at her story.
Young, ambitious and determined Patricia Mativo narrates of how her dreams were almost shattered at a very young age.
Six, 7 years ago, actually it was 2012 December, I got into an accident. Yeah, and I injured my spine. Then doctors told me that I was paralyzed partially. Yeah, so since then up to date, I've been using crutches. Actually, I started with a wheelchair, then I upgraded to crutches. Then actually stopped doing therapy because of time, resources.
The thought of partial paralysis due to the accident instilled the worst of thoughts in her mind.
When that accident occurred, I was traumatized. I even wished to kill myself. I'll ask my parents to buy me poison.
After undergoing several surgeries, Patricia had to come to terms with her condition.
I didn't like the way people would look at me. Yeah, I was very stressed to a point where I had to get a counselor. Yeah, then I told myself, so for me to distract these people, I should give them some reason not to focus on my disability. Yeah? So I told myself, if I do well in class and they hear about it, they'll be more interested with what I do in class more than my disability. And that's what happened. And I think that's how I got myself comfortable.
Though the journey has not been easy, she has her family to thank for being a strong support system.
People have tolerated me since the day things changed, like starting with when I started asking them for poison. So that was really traumatizing to them, like why would I even ask them that? So I think the reason I'm still standing strong today is because first, God's support and blessings, then my parents and my siblings, like they're always there to assure me everything will be okay. They're supporting me in terms of academics. Everything I want, they just help me with it just to make me feel comfortable.
Now, it has been a difficult year, a difficult journey, more so for her, because mobility is a bit difficult. Yeah, but she's coping. I'm happy. She's coping with her situation.
Despite the challenges, Patricia is determined to make it in life, surpassing people's empathy.
It rains, it gets really muddy some places, and it gets very slippery. So I can have to reduce my pace, or at times I normally fall, by the way. When it rains, even when I try to reduce my pace, anyhow, but I just find myself slipping down. Yeah, it's just mainly mobility. Like at times I would have plans to go somewhere for my betterment, but because I can't go with a mat. Mud isn't convenient for me. So the only convenient method is using an Uber or a motorbike. But again, Uber every time, I don't have that amount of money.
Aside from being a pet lover, she is also a good cook. The fact that Patricia likes to maneuver her way around things is a clear sign that disability is not inability. Therefore, her word of wisdom to the viewers at large is:
you shouldn't give up, just stand strong. And it's not very easy, it's not even easy. Yeah, but just give yourself time, believe in God, things will change. Try to show people that you can do things. Yeah, like make yourself somebody who people will look up to. Yeah, just don't stay at your comfort zone. If you really want to make a change, you have to get out of your comfort zone.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
On our profile today, we look at the legendary musician Stevie Wonder. Take a look.
Born on the 13th of May 1950, Stevie Wonder lost his sight shortly after birth.
Well, that's Basie Miller, Satchmo, and the king of all Surdu. And with a voice like Elias ringing out, there's no way that man can bust.
However, he has established himself and is celebrated all over the world as a singer, songwriter, and producer.
You can feel it all over. I can feel it all over, baby. You can feel it all over. I can feel it all over.
He had won 25 Grammy Awards and also a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award by 1996.
Everybody all over, baby. Go! I wanna love.
Stevie Wonder stands out today as one of the great personalities of rock.
'cause she can please a man. She sends the love that's been crying out, but her lover hasn't heard. But what she doesn't realize is that I've listened to every word. That's why I know I'll tell her that I love her, and I want her, that my mind, soul, and body needs her. Tell her that I love her.
His civil rights work has also earned him a Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Civil Rights Museum.
My mind and soul and body need her. I love you, and I want you, and I need you to want that I follow. That girl, that girl, that girl. Put your hand together. Y'all sing with me. Very superstitious, writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Let us start the fire.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability.
Article 6 of the UN Convention states that state parties recognize that women and girls with disabilities are subject to multiple discrimination, and in this regard shall take measures to ensure the full and equal enjoyment by them of all human rights and fundamental freedoms.
The tip of the day is all about language. We should all be considerate when communicating. Words or statements that discriminate on persons with disability should be avoided at all times. Seek or ask for clarity, or avoid completely if you're not sure.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Until next week, I've been your host, CG Moses.
And me, Jairus Ongeta. Take care and be safe.